Today I'm going to work on a problem side post battery have, loose connections, and sometimes the stud strips out, sometimes the battery gets a little, the threads get pulled because that stud is so short, and you try to over tighten it because you have the common problem of the cables keep loosening up. And this is a cheap and easy way to get you back on the road, and hopefully it'll keep you from having to buy a battery or save you a little bit of time at least. And you're only going to need a 5/16 wrench, two 9/16 wrenches. Crescent is the same thing as an adjustable wrench. If you're in a pinch, you can even use a pair of pliers. It's not the most practical way, but if that gets you off the road and gets you going again, that works too. And then the 5/16 to get that original OEM 5/16 stud out. As you can see, it's not very long, and a lot of times they get stripped out, and then it also allows a bad connection, whether it's the black wire or the red wire, and then the vehicle will die going down the road, or it simply won't start back up at the gas station. Sometimes you have two cables and they're piggybacked together, and this will also fix that problem. Oh yeah, the other important piece, you're going to need a side post battery. As you can see, sometimes they don't even want to start. So let's just throw this in the trash. Okay, so the plan is to take your cable and to take a longer bolt. And I realize that this bolt is way longer than the original one. That's part of the plan. It's a 3/8 bolt. It fits right through. Has a lock washer with it. And it also has a nut on there. This is a lock nut, so it won't back off. You can use a regular nut, whatever you have available. You just start the bolt in by hand until it stops. You can tell you have all that slop in there. Then you take your 9/16, you run it down until you get the cable into the position that you want. If you only have one wrench, that's fine, but you want to hold one end with one wrench, tighten down with the other. Then your cable is tight. It won't back off. If you have multiple cables, I like to try to put a lock washer between them. Take your outside cable and your bolt with your lock washer on there. Start it in. Take your other lock, put it on, put your other cable in, same process. Tighten it by hand. Hold it down and wrench. There you go. Tight, multiple cables, good connection. And you also have this extended stud that makes it easy to get a hold of with a set of jumper cables if you needed to jump start somebody later on. This is what it looks like from above. There's your battery, cable end, lock washer, bolt. And then turn the bolt in by hand until it stops. You're going to turn that inner nut. Then you're going to take your second wrench and you're going to keep this bolt from turning while you tighten this nut. And And once you feel it start to snug up, stop, check it, and if the cable's tight and you can't move it, you're done. And as long as you're not in the way in your battery compartment of anything or underneath the hood, you can use this as a jump starting stud. You just want to be careful with the positive post so that way you're not arcing anything out.